it's Darlene Smith here, sharing his caring tips of the day during this virus. Virus limits. That's what we're going to talk about today for a few minutes. How long has it been that we've had virus limits? Well, it's been for me, in my case, in my province, in New Brunswick, started March 13th. That's 11 weeks and number 77 days, give or take. Depends on where you are, number of days. So think about this, and I'd like you to put down below, what has been some of the hardest limits that you've had to endure during this virus? What are some of the hardest limits? Now for me, one of the hardest limits is not being out there networking with people, that connection and, getting all those great hugs and things like that. So that's it for me. Put down below, what has been some of your virus limits? Now we have lived in a limited world while this has happened. Limited by the number of people that we can visit. We've had bubble families. Right now for us, and depending where you are and anywhere in North America, it's different, the limit number of people you can gather with. Right now for us, it's 10. Eventually we'll get to 50. The number of products you can buy in a store has been limited because there's been some shortages. Limited in where you can travel. And there is reasons why we have limited where you can travel to keep everybody safe, right? Limited by the number of customers that a business can serve. So as businesses have been opening up over the last week or two across North America, they can't serve as many people as they did before. So they are limited. And you see the lineups outside the stores everywhere, right? And also too, a limited number of stores we can shop to. There's also been a limited number of jobs that are available. Limited options for entertainment, right? During this virus. What was some of the entertainment items, right? What were some of the things that you had to replace because our entertainment options were limited, right? Also too, it's limited when different organizations and gatherings can open. So think about it. Yes, there has been a lot of limits to the amount of money that we have. What's been some of your hardest limits, and what are you looking forward to opening up as well? Now, there's a couple things that you can have no limit on. As an example, the number of Mickey Mouse t-shirts you have, there can be no limits, at least for me. Hey, the number of watches you can have in your Mickey Mouse collection, there can be no limit. So those are a few things. And for me, you just can't have any limits on the number of Mickey Mouse items that you have. Now your room may be getting a little tight, but there's no limits on that. So think about it. We've been in a world of limits during this virus. Please put down below, what was one of the hardest limits that you had to place? Right? Limited a little bit on your time that you had to do certain things. So can't wait to get out into the world, see more people. It's slowly happening. And stay safe out there. There are limits put on us as to some movements and why we can't do some things for our safety. There are virus safety limits. And, please follow them because we are in this together. We are limited as a team, as a city, as a province, as a state to work towards limiting the effects that this virus has had. All right, Darlene Smith, sharing is caring. Thank you. Put down below, what's your limits?